want to say that there's not been great, quarterback head coach combinations. On the other side, Belichick and Brady are kind of defensive and defensive background. Even Landry and Staubach. Tom Landry's got a lot of defense in his background, so it can happen. But we're seeing it more and more now. Where's that offensive head coach?
23 yards away, and Parkey pulls that one through. So the Bills get 3, and the Bears come right downfield and get 3. Chicago in control here in the third quarter.
We only have 8 hours to save my game.
Oh, cool.
Hi.
What's with his name in the back?
You're coming with us, kid. The internet is under assault. The game's crashing. Let's go.
I'm freaking out hard. Now breaks the internet.
Damn it.
Rated PG, November 21st.
Eastbound and down, loaded up and trucking. Are we going to do what they say can be done? We got a long way to go, and it ain't short time to get there. I'm eastbound, just like a bandit run.
Whatever party you got going in the back, we get the business up front.
Rick has the awesome new iPhone XR. Ooh, let's take a picture. Whoa, it's so clear. Yeah, it has an amazing liquid retina display.
Network built for unlimited. This is amazing.
And it's only $0 per month. No, right. I can't hold this file much longer. I can.
It's here. We'll give you the iPhone XR to use for $0 per month with eligible trade-in when you switch to the Sprint network.
Yeah!
Sir, it feels like a big win when you get a deal like this. Introducing McDonald's new $6 classic meal deal. Choose one of 4 favorites. Plus, any size soft drink, small fries, and a pie. All for just $6.
The Bears add a field goal and support across the country. On the road with a sizable lead. 1-2 on the road this year. The win was in Arizona when they won a tight one 16-14. The 3 road games this season decided by a total of 6 points. At 1-point loss at Green Bay and an overtime loss at Miami. Touchback out to the 25-yard line. We mentioned that Sean McDermott last year got the Bills into the playoffs to end that 17-year drought, not going to the postseason. These are the current strings. And forgive me, Daryl, if I sound like a bandwagon jumper, but I'm looking at the Bears fan. I'll go over that group this year.
Yeah, if we're going to go with one of those 4, absolutely. And it's been a quick turnaround. We thought they seem to be way ahead of schedule, and I think they've surprised a few people in the first half of the season. It'll be interesting to watch them down the stretch.
And it's interesting. Last weekend, in a matter of hours, they went from the bottom of the division to the top. As Peterman is in trouble at the keeper. And slides across the 30-yard line. He's been throwing to Logan Thomas quite a bit. Logan Thomas has 10 career catches before today, and Thomas has 7 in this game alone for 40 yards.
If you're in my group on Facebook, share this to my group on Facebook.
Start the open of this half and ended up with 3 after 8 of 5.
BDB.
McCoy thrown backward. Danny Trevathan.
They've got a couple of pretty good inside linebackers, which is really customary for Chicago Bears defense. But
share this on the group on Facebook. Chicago, Sean Chicago Sports.
Getting through the line of scrimmage in the back.
Yeah, you made a good point about you can have a defensive head coach and still have success, but you got that Nagy who's an offensive guy, right? And yet they grab Smith number 1 and they're going to lock him up 2 number 1s for Khalil Mack. But I know don't think he's complaining. Nagy, when he was in Kansas City, saw back up close a lot with the Raiders and was very supportive and encouraging. Incomplete. Intended for Benjamin, encouraging the front office to go get back if they could. It was an interesting story as we look at Kelvin Benjamin, the target here.
Here we are again, right? There's that tight man-to-man coverage, very tight. You know, some hand checking. You know, some of the fans here a little bit of a boo, but they're just letting them play on the outside. And you got to make the catch. Is it right on the spot? No, but you get paid to do a job, and that's to catch footballs. Kelvin Benjamin's got to get better on the outside, making plays.
Wow, a poor kick. And floaters over to the Buffalo sideline. Didn't get much distance on that. The Bears will have, once again, excellent field position. They mark it, looks like at the 45-ish. The frustration continues for the Bills here in Buffalo. And the Bears on the offensive after an 18-yard punt.
If you want a car from a company that's been building them for 115 years, get a Ford. If you want a car with driver assist technology, get a Ford. If you want Waze and Amazon Alexa compatibility, get a Ford. If you want a car that doesn't have any of that, get anything but a Ford. Otherwise, you're going to want a Ford.
You're a broker, right? Better be careful. Call the Sultan broker breaker. Why would they call it the broker breaker?
Schwab. $4.95 online equity trades on the satisfaction guarantee. That's a great offer. It's hard to compete with that.
Well, ask your broker if they offer award-winning full service and low cost, backed by a satisfaction guarantee.
I'm guessing your firm doesn't offer that?
If you don't like their answer, ask again at Schwab.
The king is going crazy, making 10 nuggets just $1. Crazy, right? Crazy crispy, crazy juicy. 10 nuggets made of crazy delicious white meat for just $1. Now that's a crazy deal. Enjoy 10 golden nuggets for just $1, only at Burger King.
Not all rivalries need 100 years of history. This is a showdown that could break a season. The stakes the Ohio Buckeyes and Spartans is because they are. Ohio State, Michigan State, Saturday 11:30 Eastern, live on Fox and the Fox Sports app.
Today's team is sponsored by Ford. Feel Ford proud. And by Burger King. Get 10 crispy chicken nuggets for just $1 only at Burger King.
With our producer, Fran Morrison, director Brian Lilly, the best dressed director, by the way, in the history of broadcast sports television. And back in the tape room, Steve Malone and Don St. Brown, we thank you for their help. Broadcast to you from Buffalo. Jordan Howard, fake to him, Mitchell Trubisky from the pocket. And Nixon, the interception, take away Buffalo. Tre'Davious White returns all the way. Inside the 45 of Chicago. I was stunned to see the ball thrown to that area where there was no receiver.
Yeah, not at 31-3. You know, at 14-3, yeah, I'm all for being aggressive and keeping the pedal to the metal. But as you said, at 31-3, let's see what happens at the top with that bunch. Because obviously there's a mix-up right here because the ball is thrown into an area where there's no receiver. I don't know if Trey Burton, number 80, was supposed to get higher, if one of the outside guys was not supposed to run and go and slow it down. But this is just simply overthrown. He just overthrew Trey Burton.
White with a 37-yard interception return from the 42. McCoy is down around the 37-yard line. First turnover for the Bears in this game. Their defense has 3 takeaways. Under 6.5 to go. We're discussing it with Backup quarterback Chase Daniel is Mitchell Trubisky.
Nowhere.
They were surprised that Buffalo, given the situation they were in, didn't make any moves at the trade deadline last Tuesday. This was earlier in the season when these deals were done, but on the actual day of the deadline, Golden Tate, Ty Montgomery, Darius Thomas, offensive talent was moved. Peterman Stroll, catch made going out of bounds is Jones.
Yeah, and one of the things that they need on the outside are some playmakers. So there were some guys that Amari Cooper went earlier, prior to the trade deadline. Dallas making a move where they went into the bye to have him ready for Monday night. But then on the eve of the trade deadline, to get a guy like Demaryius Thomas or a guy like Golden Tate, even Ty Montgomery is a weapon who could go in the backfield as a running back or go outside as a wide receiver. I was surprised that Buffalo did not try to do something to bring in another skill player on the outside.
On 4th and 1, passing up a field goal try. Peterman keeps for a first down. It would have been a 51-yarder. So the 5-minute mark. Bills with a fresh set of downs. Well, Buffalo thinking we have our quarterback of the future, and Sean McDermott was candid with us. Josh Allen, once healthy, and I think he will play this year. It's a week-to-week thing. He's been out in practice, kind of simulating plays, but not throwing with that right elbow. But at some point, he'll get some game experience this year. From the pocket, Peterman. Point knocked down right away at the 34. Roquan Smith is in a busy afternoon roaming the field.
He's good. I mean, that's open space on LaShawn McCoy. Number one pass coverage on LaShawn McCoy, and then a really nice tackle there. So both of those inside backers, good in coverage, good against the run.
Vikings still leading in the fourth quarter, 17-6 over the Detroit Lions. That's Peterman. He's spinning around. Shoved all the way back to the 40. Isaiah Irving with the sack.
I mean, I've seen a half a sack before, but this is almost a quarter of a sack. I mean, like all four guys are almost back there to get a share of this thing. I mean, where is the protection?
Saw Trevathan come in, but give Irving the credit for getting there first. Eddie Trevathan. Who is the leading tackler on this Bears defense, or at least what's coming into this game. On 3rd and 15. Peterman with a 4-man rush gets out of there and is knocked down around the 31-yard line. Scrambling for his life.
And these are just simple things that they're doing. It's a 4-man. They're adding one blitzer, but this is just this is just a loop inside. These are simple pass protection rules that should be being able to be executed at this stage of the season.
On 4th down, they're spotted at the 31. They need call it 9 because they need to get to the 22 for a first down. Try to keep the drive alive. Peterman has plenty of time. Now he's on the run from the end zone to Kelvin Benjamin. Knocked away. Should have been caught, but an excellent defensive play to make it tough on Benjamin, trying to bring the football back to his body. And the Bears defense keeps the Bills out of the end zone. 31-3.
Eastbound and down, load it up and truck it. Are we gonna do what they say can be done? We've got a long way to go, and a short time to get there. I'm eastbound, just buckle and run. Whatever party you got going in the back, we get the business up front.
This is Michelob Ultra Pure Gold, a beer inspired by nature, made with organic grains for a pure, refreshing taste.
It's time for some straight talk. The big wireless companies have the best coverage because of all these towers. But guess what? Straight Talk Wireless owns on the same 4G LTE networks for up to 30% less. Straight Talk Wireless, only at Walmart. Sorry, Aaron, I know this thing's but defense wins championships, and we're defending your truck now, so State Farm, you can pack those khakis and go.
Who's protecting my house?
Should I unpack my khakis? Keep those khakis back. Now what goes great with steak and shrimp? More shrimp. And you know what goes great with that shrimp? You guessed it, more shrimp. Steak and unlimited shrimp, starting at $15.99. Only at Outback. You're a craftsman guy. You have a lot of tools. Tools for everything you've done around the house. But there's the moment you realize your new project needs new tools. When tool guys need new tools, they start with Lowe's. The new home of Craftsman. Shop Lowe's and get a Craftsman 20-volt cordless drill for $69. Sam Ellinger and the Longhorns. Battle Allen Bowling and the Red Raiders. Wow! Texas Tech. Saturday on Fox.
Today, Game on Fox is sponsored by Lowe's.
Bears defense, which has forced the most 3-and-outs of any team this season, with a lengthy drive. Peterman tried in the end zone, but the streak of no touchdowns, 36 consecutive possessions and 10 in this game. Bears take over after the Bills are stopped on downs. Jordan Howard, 2 touchdowns in the second quarter. Bears hope you have the running game going.
Well, in my opinion, the streak should have ended on that last play by the Buffalo Bills. Watch what Nathan Peterman does here. You know, he's going to scramble out. This is 4th and almost 10 yards, and as he moves back to his left, he finds Calvin Benjamin right there. So now he's scrambled, he resets, makes a nice throw, puts the ball right where it needs to be. You've got to finish the play. We talked about that, the supporting cast. When there's an opportunity to make a play, help your quarterback out and make the play.
Benjamin, 6'5", was up, got his hands up. The Bears defense knocks away. Bears have also not a lot of rushing touchdown this entire season. Bills haven't even been close in that department. Trubisky's throw, Tariq Cohen, just short of the 40-yard line. Laura.
I wanted to add something. You guys were talking about how great it is for Mitchell Trubisky to have a quarterback as his head coach. He also has a former quarterback in his ear, Coach Dave Ragone. And Trubisky told me he knows me better than anyone. How great it is having him in my ear, telling me things I need to have the right mindset during the game. Also making sure I'm showing the right body language to my teammates. Just making sure I have that attack mindset that nobody can stop me when he qualified when I'm doing the right things.
On 3rd and 3, a little option here. The pitch, Trubisky, the Bills are ready for it. Cohen is knocked down.
Every once in a while, they get a little bit fancy with some of their play calls. I've seen it a couple times watching film in 3rd and short situations. They try and beat you with scheme, and sometimes I think they can just line up and beat you with their power. We've seen Jordan Howard a couple of times today on just a simple zone read instead of going out and optioning off the edge.
Good defensive play by Matt Milano, second-year linebacker from Boston College, part of that youthful injection in this Buffalo defense. Tremaine Edmonds out. He was their leading tackler with a concussion, middle linebacker. We've already seen Tre'Davious White, the second-year player, with an interception. Micah Hyde grabs that punt on a bounce. Bills on offense now. Will continue in 30 seconds.
911, what is your emergency?
Bobby says he thinks a ghost called 911.
Ghosts aren't real.
Tommy Sheridan's family used to live in this little apartment, and the lights used to flicker every time they used the tea kettle.
Everybody gear up. Bob Kenny, you guys see anything down there?
It's gonna be a long night. And what will I all mean tomorrow at 9, 8 Central on Fox?
That's a 61-yard punt from Pat O'Donnell. The Bears defense, impressive numbers of the actions to back it up.
58 points, read it.
Von Smith and Akeem Hicks busy today. Peterman gets rid of it as the third quarter is winding down.
I think there's going to be a run on Rice Krispies treats with all the young pass rushers around the country. You see Khalil Mack on the sideline sneaking a little Rice Krispie treat.
Enjoying a snack. Interesting story. Ryan Pace was telling me they called the Raiders in training camp today. Is Khalil Mack available? I said, no, not yet. Nothing going. So he kept calling week after week, and then as the contract issue went on and on, he kept calling Reggie McKenzie and John Gruden. Finally broke through, said, you want 2 number ones? We'll give you 2 number ones. They just wanted a second rounder back, and they were able to get that back and add one of the best defensive players in the game, and even the Bear players were on defense. We're like, wow, we can get him.
As good as they were, even before he got him. I mean, this was a top 10 defense last year. I'm expecting to take that next step this season.
Peterman. That's picked off the ground. Kyle Fuller has an interception. It was intended for Ivory. And a 4th takeaway for the Bears. Ruled an interception on the field as the quarter comes to an end. And that is a clean pick by Kurt Fuller. His 4th of the season.
It's not what champions do, it's what champions don't do. They don't back down, they don't settle, and they don't quit. Except for Caleb. Yeah, you quit, Caleb. Because we are Cougars, and we don't quit. Unless what? Unless we say no!
Switch to DirecTV and get the live sports in 4K. What for your thing? That's our thing. 1-800-DirecTV.
Wednesday, get ready for the biggest bombshell in Empire history. The all-new Empire Wednesday at 8/7 Central on Fox.
When a disgraced teacher was convicted of horrific abuse against children, parents anguished, survivors relived trauma, a community was stunned. State Representative Tom Morrison wrote the judge a letter vouching for the abuser's character. Morrison used his official state title. Prosecutors raised unspeakable acts of physical abuse. Morrison claimed in the time they worked together, the abuser had his students' best interests at heart. Tom Morrison, he doesn't have the judgment to make our laws.
Xfinity X5, a more powerful way to stay connected. It gives you super fast speeds for all your devices, enhanced coverage, and lets you control your network with the X5 app. It's the ultimate Wi-Fi experience. Xfinity X5. Simple, easy, awesome. Get started with Xfinity Internet for just $29.99 a month for 12 months. Plus, ask about X5 pods for even more coverage. Click, call, or visit store.
To set the record straight, we're going to have to talk fast.
210,000 new jobs.
Cut fees to start a business and expanded UFI for tech jobs.
Job creator endorsements and a national award for Black business owners.
Record school funding, school equity, school choice, and apprenticeships.
A national leader on criminal justice reform, mental health services, digitizing government, and future energy jobs.
Restore freedom of speech for public employees.
Cut Medicaid fraud and veto sanctuary laws.
Cut taxes for disabled vets and families who adopt.
But there's more to do.
And we're asking for your vote to save our state. Taxpayers push game live action immediately after the loss of W50 Chicago. Start of the 4th quarter, Kyle Fuller, they called him Kurt a moment ago, but that is a clean interception, and there was a fumble on the end of that play, but the Bears came up with a recovery. Brent said, I looked, the Bear had it in, whether they ruled him down or not. So another takeaway, 4th of this game for the Bears defense, 21 for the season. The Browns have 23. That's updated to the moment to lead all of football. Taking over inside the Buffalo 30, Jordan Howard gets down around the 22.
Go back and take a look at that last interception coming on the outside. Calvin Benjamin, he's got to square that off a little bit more. A little stumble right there. It's the route thing. And again, here goes another one that's going to get thrown right onto Nathan Peterman. But again, this is a combination. It's not a great route by Calvin Benjamin. And here's the fumble that Chris was talking about. You can see before the knees, when the player is down, it comes loose. But recovery, clear recovery by the Bears teammate.
Tariq Cohen being chased out of bounds. Time to get another game ring and hello, Kurt Menefee.
Hello there, Chris Myers. A couple of NFC North teams going at it, so Bears fans interested in this. It's going the Vikings' way so far. Kerryon Johnson credited with a fumble off the pitch from Matthew Stafford. Daniel Hunter says thank you very much. 32 yards later, it's good for 7 and 24-6. Count right now. Vikings cruising under 7 minutes left. Chris, Moose, all right.
Thank you, Kurt. That's the way the division coming in today. Second the Vikings. Lead Buffalo winning, so will the Bears. Bears going to use a timeout at the moment. What do you think of that division? It's an interesting matchup tonight with Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady. Green Bay having another tough go at it. The Bears, Patriots played an exciting game early this year. Chicago went toe-to-toe with those Patriots.
This is a team that's much better than I thought they're going to be year one under Matt Nagy. Matt Patricia in Detroit. You got a couple, young coaches there. I thought Detroit might have a little push there. They started to play well. We'll have to wait and see. But, this is one that I think we all felt Green Bay was going to be in control of. Minnesota, going to the championship game last year, was going to be right in the hunt, but it has really gotten muddled up a little bit. So one of the fun ones to watch.
And Matt Patricia's watching. We're both sitting up straight, but we're talking about, or standing straight, I should say, because we were talking about the Lions in that division. The Lions will play in Chicago next Sunday, and then take on the Vikings in Chicago. Trubisky from the end zone. Joshua Bellamy was open down there, but it was a tough throw. And Bellamy ran a kind of an unusual route.
Yeah, again, we've seen this a couple of times for us this season. I don't know how you allow a guy to run by you. So Tre'Davious White kind of sitting on something, thinking he's got help over the top. But lucky that throw was out of bounds. So there's a touchdown, easy touchdown for the Bears that was missed.
Parkey to try a 45-yarder. He's made from 23. Even though their offense hasn't exactly looked the way that Nagy would like, his kicker can deliver. That's a good sign. And he does once again as the Bears add to their lead. 13.5 to go.
We saved hundreds on our car insurance when we switched to Geico. This is how it made me feel. It was like that feeling when you're mowing the lawn on a sunny day, and without even trying, you end up with one last strip that's exactly the width of your mower. When you're done, it looks so good you post a picture on social media. And it gets 115
minutes could save you 50% or more on car insurance. The new Galaxy Note 9 has more power than you need until this happens.
Flight 291 has been delayed.
You need a charge, and all the plugs are taken. Oh, well, there you go. But why have a remote control for your phone? That's why. And it needs a terabyte of storage. Unless
We got it? No.
right. The new Galaxy Note 9 has got.
I switched to the Spark Cash Card from Capital One. I earned unlimited 2% cash back on everything I buy. And last year, I earned $36,000 in cash back, which I used to offer health insurance to my employees. Let's see.
When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's amore. When the world
Applebee's new neighborhood pastas. Now that's eating good in the neighborhood.
Every one of us starts out as a wide-eyed recruit, myself included. If I could go back, I'd tell that kid, you'll see him do things that'll help change the world. That'll change you. I'm telling Dave Goldman, come join us. Your nation is waiting.
When you show up to a holiday party with a great tasting, less filling light beer, you might need to find a backup fridge. Happy holidays from Miller Lite.
Ohio State will keep their tunnel hopes alive in a high-stakes showdown with the Spartans. Saturday at 11:30 Eastern, live on Fox and the Fox Sports app.
Today's game is sponsored by Geico. 15 minutes to save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Interception somehow finds Nathan Peterman 3 today. He's put the ball up 35 times, over 130 yards. Didn't get a whole lot of support from some of his teammates in key moments. As the Bills have just 3 and waiting to kick off with Cody Parkey, excuse me. And back to receive Marcus Murphy. Markey 2 for 2 in the field goal department, has made all his extra points today. And another touchback. He's done well in that department. Mentioned first-year head coach Matt Nagy, quarterback in the Arena League with 4 teams, was an Eagles intern, really not even a quality control coach, but right almost near that level before getting to that level. And then with Andy Reid in Kansas, quarterbacks coach, offensive coordinator from 2013 to 17 before in January they named the head coach of the Chicago Bears. He was actually a real estate, selling real estate when he thought his football career was coming to an end. As Peterman dumps it off to Murphy. Had some tough decisions to make, but he and his wife talked it over when he had the opportunity, went for it, got a few breaks from some people, including a diehard Bears fan that comes around in the real estate business, but Andy Reid, Brad Childress, some people that really smart.
Some tremendous people. And Brad Childress, spending time with him all through training camp this year to kind of what he called ramp up, be able to handle a lot of the day-to-day when he was learning on the fly.
Peterman hit the pocket, but escapes with the football and then knocked down around the 19. Eddie Jackson, I think that Adrian Amos eventually bringing him down.
A nice job by Nathan Peterman and just maintaining possession on this hit because he's got the ball up, cocked, ready to throw it, and he gets the contact right there. So good job. Got a big body there trying to push the ball there again with Akeem Hicks and being able to maintain possession, save another turnover. Again, that's the second time he's taken one to the head with the hand that hasn't been called.
Back for a loss of 2. Blitz coming.
That is
Flag in the secondary. As Aaron Lynch chases him, but I don't think he sees the flag up at the 36-yard line.
They got another flag on the other side, a little inappropriate celebration by Aaron Lynch.
Does that fall into the category of taunting or unsportsmanlike?
Or just classless, I would say. I mean, he does it, nice pass rush, good effort, good hustle, laying out, stopping right there. Okay, it's a good play. But again, just, be smart about it. It's an emotional game, but manage your emotions. That's going to cost your team.
As I mentioned, coming into the game, there's second fewest penalties in the league.
While the quarterback is still in the pocket, illegal contact, defense number 20, that penalty's declined. At the end of the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, defense number 99. That penalty will be enforced from the end of the run, automatic first down.
But today now that's 10 penalties accepted on the Bears, and it keeps the Bills moving up to the 32-yard line. Talking about Matt Nagy taking over this team, and one of the things he wanted to create was an environment where everybody's important. Players process details, but are themselves, as Chris Heinrich carries. And they're still going. What a run to midfield. I know he said he wanted him a little bit earlier to see the football more, and he did there. Laura?
I want to keep talking about that environment you're talking about with Nagy, because when we talked to Hicks and Trevathan, they said how much it permeates in that locker room. They said, we have a corner in the locker room, and I know people think, that's where we make fun of each other, and we do. But he said the biggest thing is we look out for guys. We clean up a guy's locker if he's not feeling good. We give him snacks. We give him food if he hasn't eaten with us.
Makes an 18-yard run, and then Ivory on the catch. It's down to around the 30. So the Bills moving in the football. I thought it was interesting that Nagy said that he wanted early in his coaching room to sit with other people in the organization. They weren't allowed to sit with each other because he wanted people from top to bottom to all feel a part of what he and Ryan Pace and the Bears are doing.
Yeah, just extending that feeling of being a part of a team, not just within the 53 that are on the roster, but throughout the entire building.
Peterman has room to run. A couple of flags come in. And I think it's down to around the 20-yard line. I saw 2 Bears fall down or be put to the turf when those flags flew back at the 35-30.
During the run, holding offense number 76. 2-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay first down.
Right guard John Miller will negate the run of Nathan Peterman. Bills will play at the Jets next before getting a week off, that bye week, and then they get the Jags here in Buffalo and then down to Miami. And the Dolphins are leading the Jets 13-3, fourth quarter down in South Florida. After the penalty, pressure on Peterman, who's looking to get that away. Trevathan was in on Peterman.
So you got two of them. They walk here, they show blitz, and LaShawn McCoy is to the left side. He probably should have crossed over to the right. It doesn't look like that was the mix-up in the offensive line, so I think LaShawn probably had a scan protection, which means you have to go both sides, check both linebackers.
Those inside guys, and Roquan Smith and Danny Trevathan and Leonard Floyd in the first half with an interception and a return for a touchdown. Eddie Jackson had a fumble return for a touchdown. In that explosive second quarter when the Bears grabbed this game by the throat.
Intentional grounding. Offense. The ball be placed at spot and foul. Lost it down. Second down.
Sean McDermott lobbying that it was in the direction. It was intended to a receiver that was downfield, and it was. It landed about halfway in between.
Well, the pressure was on, so that's why he couldn't get the ball further downfield. Once again,
Hard hit.
first.
Yeah, and this is just a tough position for this offensive line of the Bills to be in. The Bears are just, they got the ears pinned back. They're coming after the quarterback every snap.
Personal foul, face mask, defense number 58. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
That's on Smith. Piling up the sacks and the penalties. Well, that first glance was not really a face mask, kind of slid off the helmet. They're calling it Roquan Smith.
Everybody needs a little help on a tough day, Chris.
10 minutes to go. Chris Ivory in the backfield from the 35 of Chicago. He has the football with room. And Ivory inside the 20 of the Bears.
I would continue to find a way to get the ball to Chris Ivory, either running it, some screen passes. He's the one guy right now here in the last couple of series, running with a physical presence.
On 4 carries, he has more rush yards than LaShawn McCoy has on 9 carries. Peterman's pass. Benjamin. The Bears have not been the only team who have not allowed a rushing touchdown this season.
He talked about the Bears defense not allowing a rushing touchdown, but also let's not forget about this struggle that the Bills offense has been in scoring a touchdown. You don't want to be the defense that has that streak broken on.
30 possessions, the lowest in counting consecutively. Benjamin knocked down, but gets a first down. He's going to game break. Check it again with Kurt Benefiker.
A reminder, when you guys are down in Buffalo, two of the best offensive minds in football will go head-to-head. Sean Payton against Sean McVay, better known as the Saints and Rams. It's America's game of the week. It's a huge one, and you can catch it at the conclusion of your game. Chris Musmara.
Thank you. We look forward to that. We're excited to see those two offenses, those two teams, their outstanding records, the Saints and Rams coming up. I'm Chris Myers, and I approve this message. As Akeem Hicks heads over to the sun. It's that time of year. You can't put on the TV without getting those ads. Good to have you watching with us, Daryl Johnson. We have Laura Hartman on the field. Chris Myers. Daryl, not only a three-time Super Bowl champ, but you're in the Buffalo Sports Hall of Fame, which is an honor. I know that means a lot to you, having roots in this part of the country. And always made you feel comfortable when you come up to Western New York. Ivory goes nowhere. I mentioned that honor. You talked about some of the others who.
Yeah, it's very flattering to be on that list.
And not just football, right? They got them in all sports. Basketball.
Yeah, the hockey. Some of us are homegrown. Some of us are guys that came from other parts of the country but played for some of the Buffalo franchises.
Don McKinstry, right from the
Yeah, he
Packers.
went into my class. Yeah. Magic Man. Before there was Six Magic, there was Magic House.
It's Peter, but not Magic. St. John's gets a little closer. It'll be 3rd and goal. The pride of Bear defenders keeping Buffalo out of the end zone, and Bill's trying to end the string. 39 consecutive possessions that Sean McDermott has watched without a touchdown from his Buffalo Bills. Peterman from the end zone, and here comes a flag.
Well, they're going to have 4 more chances to break this streak. Should be pass interference on Prince of Muckamara.
He's shaking his head as if the call is coming.
Pass interference. Defense number 20. Ball turn the end zone. Ball be at the 1 yard line. Automatic first down.
I don't know. Prince of Muckamara he's got his hand on him, but it looks like that Kelvin Benjamin just goes down on his own. So
Yeah, that could have been a no call, but first and goal after the penalty. Chris Ivory leaks and does not get in. And the clock runs. Seems like he's hurting.
see if he turns his shoulders on the run right there and takes a shot right on Danny Trevathan. And that is textbook right there. I mean, Chris Ivory's a physical guy.
They are checking on Ivory here in Buffalo.
Right now, I'm being controlled by a guy named Torta. Wrong button, buddy. You see, Torta won this exclusive Platinum Xbox One X from Taco Bell. Be a little distracted right now. Lily. Oh, boy. Torta! Put down the chalupa!
$5 double chalupa box for a chance to win the Platinum Xbox One X only at Taco Bell.
I'm a man of wealth and taste. Pleased to meet you. Oh, biggest right name. Come on.
Peppermint mochas for Leah?
On the brighter side,
room where Commissioner Pete Rozelle
Inside these lines, we don't have to come from the same place to help each other reach the same destination.
No time to waste. Let's work.
Inside these lines, we may have our differences. We recognize there's more that unites us. Inside these lines, it's a game of inches. And there's no such thing as an easy yard. We fight to move forward. Inside these lines, we're not only defined by our victories, but by the way we handle our defeats. Inside these lines, we can bring out the best in each other. United inside these lines.
Chris Ivory over on the Buffalo bench after being helped. He's able to walk over there with some assistance after that try in the end zone. So second and goal. Sean McCoy comes in with Peterman. He gets the football, and McCoy is stuck cold. Jonathan Fuller got to him first.
And this is a really nice tackle. Look at number 59, Danny Trevathan squares up, comes in. You can see that helmet hit right on the upper left arm of Chris Ivory. So he's coming off the field, had that arm bent, and then let's try LeSean McCoy. And again, winning the line of scrimmage, one of the things that both coaches talked about. It's been back and forth, but yeah, here on the goal line, the Bears have been winning it.
McCoy without a touchdown this year. Bears have not given up a rushing touchdown on third and goal. Peterman keeps, and Peterman is in with a Buffalo touchdown. And a roar from this crowd that has been frustrated all afternoon. And that steps the string of offensive ineptitude.
And it shows you how important that quarterback position is. That's when Josh Allen went out, when he got hurt. It was in that Houston game, and it's been tough ever since, as this Bills offense has been trying to find a way.
Flag down. Hauschka awaiting the extra point try. There was a pass interference penalty that set up that first and goal. A drive of 75 yards, nearly 8 minutes.
12 men on the field. Defense, after this penalty, the offense has elected to go for 2 points. The ball will be placed at the 1-yard line.
Penalty against the Bears gives the Bills a closer opportunity to try. So instead of kicking, they're going to go for the 2-point conversion.
Another teaching opportunity for Matt Nagy and his staff right here. At 34-9, this is not a big deal for the Chicago Bears, but to have 12 guys out there on a PAT in that situation in a close game, this could be a big deal. So one of the things the Bears have been able to work out, they pointed out.
First try this year for 2 for the Buffalo Bills. Peterman. And that fails. Kyle Fuller, who had an earlier interception, kept Pryor from getting on the conversion. But Nathan Peterman punches it in for Buffalo's first touchdown in a long time.
Did you try this one? Yeah, this one is amazing.
It's nice, but it's kind of pricey.
Hi. You can't skip on a decision this important. A mattress is where you'll spend over half your life and eat all your meals. But it's all good. Just use Pay It Planet.
Pay It Planet is designed for you from American Express. Split large purchases up over time with no interest and a fixed monthly fee, so your plan is clear from the start.
Need to help you carry the
Powerful backing of American Express. Don't live life without it.
How about our Bears? How about our Bears, y'all? You know, see they need to rest Khalil for this because they rest Khalil. You know what I'm saying? Now we got 3 division games coming up. One in Detroit, Minnesota, and back to Detroit. I don't know if we playing Detroit, Chicago or not because we play Detroit on Thanksgiving Day. But we need Khalil for them games. These easy games, these games we supposed to win. You know what I'm saying?
Why not make them adventurous?
Professional driver.
The 4 people I got up here
Okay,
that's looking at my YouTube stream live, thank you.
That's adventurous.
I hope whoever is in my group posted it
I know hands.
in my group on Facebook, and
I know wires. Sort of genius.
all games will be live streamed on YouTube from now on.
No one else can make.
We're gonna do it like that from now on. You know what I'm saying?
You know what the cheesesteak looks like? You think I can get a better one?
We ain't gonna live stream no games through the group no more. We're gonna do it from the group, share it to the group,
It's good.
and you come watch it on YouTube.
Philly cheesecake, inspired by Philly, improved by fire. Only at Burger King.
But I gotta say, this was a good game. Defense played their ass off.
And in that drive, 3 defensive penalties against the Bears were accepted, covering the 75 yards and the eventual touchdown. We could see an onside kick. Remember, it must travel 10, but the Bears are all over that recovery at midfield. Chicago alertly comes up with the football. Anthony Miller has that.
Now, if New England can go do their job and beat Green Bay, Foxborough, we'll be okay.
The Los Angeles Rams, they mix it up in the dome. Joe Buck, Aaron Andrews, Troy Aikman. Part of that, Troy Aikman had a group in Dallas, the trio with Evan Smith and Michael Irvin.
See, the matchup, the key matchup is gonna be when we play Minnesota. We're gonna get the first place going.
Rams have Todd Gurley, Brandon Cooks, Cooper Kupp is back for the Rams today. And Jared Goff has Jordan Howard carries.
And one of the big things here, Drew Brees in the discussion with the league MVP, Jared Goff. Again, one of those guys that I think really fits the opportunity to have an offensive
We
line.
got 5 wins, everybody.
Jeff Fisher going to
We ain't saw this in a long time, baby.
It's,
He's 5-3 now.
they're a shot in the
Chicago
arm.
Bears style football.
And one of the things that's overlooked, there's a ton of
We
offensive
5-3,
firepower
baby.
in this game. You saw the triplets.
Look at that big
Trevor
win,
Lawrence,
Bears
now,
winning
the
back.
quarterbacks, the
Winning back.
defenses. Both of these defenses are very good.
You
Now,
see it?
they had,
Look,
the Rams
30-49.
added Dante Fowler at the trade
They
deadline.
kicked some
And
ass,
now
didn't
7 first-round picks on that
They
defense.
kicked some ass, didn't they?
So, a lot of talent. So, I think it's going to be great
I
to
said
watch
that they
that
kicked some
battle.
ass.
The Saints offense versus the Rams defense.
Yeah, Marcus Davenport is Howard carries, and the Bills use a timeout. Marcus Davenport is injured and inactive in that game. And Todd Gurley has scored more touchdowns himself than some entire NFL teams. And it really is about offense. We know the scoring is up this year, the passing numbers are up, but yeah, you need enough defense to let your offense run wild, and these 2 teams had that.
Yeah, and that's the odd thing about this Buffalo team is the points. The passing yards that have been going on league-wide all season long, and yet they continue to struggle because of the quarterback situation. And these are 2 franchises we get to see in America's Game of the Week with Drew Brees, Jared Goff, as you pointed out. You know, a guy who's been there, done that a whole bunch, and maybe this next wave of quarterbacks coming through the NFL and Jared Goff.
And what those are the numbers, historical.
Hit him, Mitch. Hit him with a big one, Mitch. There you go. Touchdown. I pass interference. Put 40 points on the board. Get the ball to Jordan Howard. Let him score a touchdown, baby.
Confidence throw on the part of the Bears because their offense hasn't been crisp the way that they would like, and yet they have dominated this game.
That would have been a touchdown for you in the past.
No, they have not. And you know, again, they
You could have hit Bellamy.
this stage of the game with a 25-point spread, still get vertical in the passing game.
Pass interference. Defense number 28. Off the place that spotted foul. Automatic first down.
Yeah, Trubisky told us, look, it's not realistic for me to think I'm going to complete every pass. It's still a learning process when you're in your second year. And I like that he said that he wants to remain humble. He said, if you don't humble yourself, you'll be humbled by other guys quickly. my responsibility. Running this offense and being the quarterback in his franchise from the end zone and knocked away. Micah Hyde batted that pass away. Trubisky, when asked about the greatest jump from last year to this year, very different because of the head coach, the offense, the amount of playing time for him. He said he's more in control. He wanted to be able to show his teammates that he's more aware of where everybody needs to be and where he needs to go with football, even though he's had some moving parts and additions on offense.
Yeah, and more comfortable at the line of scrimmage, more comfortable with the overall command of the offense. And again, he's starting over. This is his second offense in his career now, so.
And that's, Daryl, this is bad news for the Bears, even for a slight hesitation, because Taylor Gabriel, who has become the go-to guy since Allen Robinson has had the groin injury, he was bothered a little by a knee during the week. And he is down in the end zone on this play. And they're checking on him. Laura?
While they check, I'm going to continue with Trubisky. One of the things he told me, the biggest thing he came into this game focusing on footwork and eyes. He said, if I have calm feet in the pocket and have eyes up, I think I could be a pretty damn good quarterback. I have such trust in the guys up front and on the outside. I'm just battling the man in the mirror right now. He said, if you could figure out how to beat yourself, then you could beat anyone. And for me, that's having great footwork and have eyes up in the pocket.
I think they are taking Gabriel to the sideline. You can see a noticeable limp there. And when we look at, we talked about Drew Brees, his record-setting season. Pam Oliver has had the most TD games on an NFL sideline. Michelle Tafoya second. Laura Oakman moving up to third, slightly ahead of Arvin Catania.
Yeah, that's awesome. And in the top three. So what is that? Let's see, 36, 55, 91. So she's got to do about 6 more years. 6 more years, Laura, to get to number 2.
You guys are going to make us all. Thank you. Back to you.
A quick toss. We may see a quick toss here from Trubisky. And he goes for a touchdown. Trey Burton. Touchdown pass of the season for Trubisky.
And I think that number 5 for Trey Burton, number 2 in the NFL among tight ends with touchdown catches. So a great addition to this Bears offense. And it's kind of a unique position. The way that they utilize that tight end position in this offense, he's a perfect fit.
It is his 5th touchdown reception of this season. He only has 2 catches. Again, he maximizes catches for touchdowns. And a comfortable-looking play between 2 guys who are very comfortable with each other.
Yeah, they really are. They've developed a rapport very quickly in this offense. And again, we always hear about that, the quarterback and the tight end, but maybe kind of another wrinkle into that is, you look at Trey Burton, and he's got that quarterback background from college, and not just the recognition of the play as it develops, but also the mindset with Mitchell Trubisky as well.
And having played quarterback, running back at Florida, and then tight end, and you talked to Trey Burton, he said all that helped because he plays the other position. He knows the offense well, the blocking schemes, the passing schemes, what the quarterback is thinking and needs. So a good guy for Trubisky and the Bears to lean on. And I think if you're wondering, hey, why are the Bears throwing? Are they rubbing it in here? Well, remember, Buffalo tried the onside kick, and they tried to add a timeout. And so maybe the Bears respond with,
you're going to try and get back into the game at this stage.
We're going to make sure you stay far away from getting back into the game. And a touchback there. Thursday night, the NFL on Fox has a game with Camden and the Panthers taking on Ben Roethlisberger of the Steelers. These are playoff contenders. Pittsburgh leading Baltimore at the moment. Carolina hanging on against Tampa Bay. And a lot of fun as you see it. 7:30 Eastern on Fox, the NFL Network, and also streaming live on Prime Video. Joe Buck, Troy Aikman, Aaron Andrews. Actually, to take on the call. Just over 4.5 to go. 41-9. The Bears with the lead. Terrell Pryor with the reception. Again, signed this week.
Phone finna die, y'all.
Let's check in with Carissa.
Separates himself by connecting with Curtis Samuel for that 19-yard score. Samuel's second of the day. Panthers lead 42-28. We'll take you there. Timeout there.
Thanks, Carissa. Vikings won today. They beat the Lions 24-9, so they go to 5-3-1.
Offense number 74. 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
Bears with the win will go to 5-3. Checking the Bears schedule, we've been talking about the divisional games coming up, 3 in an 11-day span, and 5 of the 8 in the second half.
41-9. Well, we're gonna put some points on the board this year, boy. Michigan had no good game, but it was the defense. We needed that from the defense. Leonard Floyd with an interception. He needed that game bad.
And that's a tough road. You see right there in 11 days.
Now, Lions, Vikings, at the Lions, at the Giants. Giants and shit. Rams coming to Chicago. That's going to be the game.
Made by Holmes, a tough special teams player, backup receiver, getting some time for the Bills.
Yeah, and this is important for guys like Andre Holmes at this time to play because they are looking for guys on the outside to contribute to this offense. So in a situation like this, with some good
I did it on YouTube. Got the phone in my hand. That's why I'm doing it, because it was going to die. Let y'all get the rest of it. Thanks for tuning in. Take the ball.
Jason Crew may be a guy. Now find a role for him in this offense. I think what Brian Daboll is able to do as they start moving forward, he could be one of those athletic tight end guys that creates a mismatch in certain situations.
Was the target. Well, if you're the Bears, you come on the road against a very good defensive team, an angry team after a tough loss Monday night, and you use the word trap game, but it kind of loomed as one of those. And a scoreless opening quarter. Defense took charge, some takeaways in the second quarter. Howard ran the ball in, and he did control ever since.
Good play.
Kelvin Benjamin was the target. Kevin Tolliver, rookie free agent from LSU, was back there covering.
And you were able to do this. You were able to take care of your business, and you got to rest Allen Robinson. You got to rest Khalil Mack. We just showed you the schedule and what's coming up for the Chicago Bears. 5 divisional games, down the stretch, 3 in that 11-day period. So, what was maybe a bit of a concern, and the one thing is, can you come in with that thought process and go out and take care of business? And boy, this Bears defense really did that.
Murphy smothered right away. 4 or 5 Bears surrounding him. Bills with 2 timeouts and seconds away from the 2-minute warning as they try and get some more points. Picture perfect defensive day for the Bears, and the offense has added some points as well. It's 41-9 with 2 minutes to go.
This is your wake-up call. If you have moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis, month after month, the clock is ticking on irreversible joint damage. Ongoing pain and stiffness are signs of joint erosion. Humira can help stop the clock. Prescribed for 15 years, Humira targets and blocks the source of inflammation that contributes to joint pain and irreversible damage.
Humira can lower your ability to fight infections. Serious and sometimes fatal infections, including tuberculosis and cancers, including lymphoma, have happened, as have blood, liver, and nervous system problems. Serious allergic reactions and new or worsening heart failure. Tell your doctor if you've been to areas where certain fungal infections are common, and if you've had TB, hepatitis B, are prone to infections or have flu-like symptoms or sores. Don't start Humira if you have an infection.
Help stop the clock on further irreversible joint damage. Talk to your rheumatologist. Right here, right now. Humira.
Yeah! Sir, it feels like a big win when you get a deal like this. Introducing McDonald's new $6 classic meal deal. Choose 1 of 4 favorites. Plus, any size soft drink, small fries, and a pie. All for just $6.
I need really big. I'm orbiting planet Chicago.
He orbiting planet Chicago. I like that. I'm orbiting planet Chicago too. Straight from Chi-Town, Southside, Beverly area. Screaming the game.
Much less crowded. Our catchphrase is much more dignified than that. What'd you say? What?
Bud Light, for the many, not the few.
I got a suspect about to be in need of medical attention.
Only 911 tomorrow at 9, 8 Central on Fox. Today's game is sponsored by Bud Light, reminding you to not drink and ride the horse.
Hey, anytime you get to see an NFL game in person, there's a smile from ear to ear. It's a Bears fan, too, having a bonus. Buffalo get a win like the Bears have today. And they cap 2 wins.
Sacked him, sacked him. Sacked his ass.
Outstanding defensive play of Roy Robertson Harris. Some of the backups are in and still getting the job done.
And you're going up against the tight end, so you got to understand, and that's just Logan Thomas is. It's got to be better than that. You got a defensive end coming in, and you kind of were a swinging gate out there on the edge.
And we didn't get an update on Taylor Gabriel of the Bears, but we did get an update on a shoulder injury for Chris Ivory, and obviously out the remainder of the game as the Bears defense
Army
does
fatigue
its job.
week.
And so they can kneel down and watch the clock count down.
Hmm.
And the defense of the
Army
Bears
fatigue.
told school when they took over this with the Eddie Jackson fumble return, Leonard Floyd at the pick, Amos Kyle Fuller with his 4th, and then you had Roquan Smith with 13 tackles, and Danny Trevathan added a dozen tackles. Now the offensive side, Mitchell Trubisky, you say, hey, wait a minute, 130 whatever passing yards, they had like 90 or so on 2 pass plays that were pass interference penalties against Buffalo, or he would be well over the 200-yard passing mark. So however you win it. That's what Matt Nagy, first-year head coach, is satisfied with. As the Bears will go to 5-3 and come home to take out the teams that are close to them under the personal lines, and then the Vikings.
25 tackles
A
from the
beer.
inside linebacker position, and they weren't
you mean?
As much as they were takeaways by the Bears, you made that point early on, Chris.
Buffalo
It
Bills,
wasn't anything
Buffalo,
sloppy.
New York.
They were takeaways by the Bears, and it was hanging
Snow a
in
lot
that
up there.
second quarter. Scoreless after the end of one, and talked about potentially having a, maybe not a great performance by the Bears. That defense just took this game over 7.
Jordan Howard having a couple of touchdown runs, and Tariq Cohen some dazzling return work as well. That may be the Bears in the victory towel up here in Buffalo. State Farm Game Break Show coming up, and then the Saints and the Rams from the Superdome in New Orleans. America's Game of the Week coming up on.
All right, see y'all.